Hi FlossTube friends, this is Tina Fraser coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Saturday 9th at approximately 5:10 p.m. Eastern Time, give or take. And I'm coming to you today with a way long overdue FlossTube cross-stitching update. Apologize for that. It's been a little bit of a unmotivated kind of period in my life, and just things have been going on in life, and I lost a little motivation for cross stitch, and I definitely kept putting off trying to do this FlossTube video for you. So it has been almost 2 months since I have recorded a FlossTube video. I was intending to do it in August. It never happened. And so I'm doing this here to catch up for July and August. Lots of stuff to talk to you about. So if you're new here, thank you very much for stopping by. This is my channel where I talk about my love of cross stitch, my love of crafting, and any other hobbies that I take part in. Hopefully you'll get some inspiration out of my video, and it will encourage you to come back and watch some more. If you're a returning watcher, thank you very much for stopping back by. I always like to spend time with friends, especially here on YouTube when I can, and hopefully you feel the same and you've come back to see what's new with me. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I really like spending time with old friends and just hanging out and just enjoying our love of crafting and cross stitch and all the good things in the world. And hopefully you do this too with me. So if you have not yet clicked the subscription button below, I encourage you to do so. And also click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I do upload new content. It is my intent going forward that I will be recording these videos every other Thursday. Going forward, I was supposed to do it this last Thursday, but time got away from me. And anyway, it's now Saturday at 5 p.m. So you can see where life took me. It took me kind of away from doing this again. Putting off something that I have needed to do for a month and a half is obviously, something I have to get myself back into. But anyway, my goal going forward is to plan to do, or at least record videos every other Thursday. It may take me a day or two to get them uploaded. Hopefully I'll have them uploaded by the following Monday. But I'm hoping to get content posted a lot more frequently than I have been recently on this channel. But if you click the notification bell, you will get notified when I do upload new content. I encourage you to subscribe. And I also encourage you to leave your likes, dislikes, comments, questions, anything you want me to know in the comments box below the description. And I'd love to hear from you. It would be really great to start a conversation with people that watch my content. So thank you very much for stopping by. Today's video is going to be a little bit long because I do have quite a few updates. I'm going to talk a little bit about Mom. I'm going to share a video that Mom did with me on her birthday on July 29th. It is cross-stitch related, so that's cool. Lots of life updates. I'm going to be sharing some haul that I have picked up, some new makes for cross-stitch that I have done. New makes are cross-stitch related items that I have made that aren't cross-stitch, so if that makes sense, like needle minders and stuff like that, because I'm kind of delving into another little side hustle, so to speak, for cross-stitch. Now, it may sound like I'm kind of hoarse. I've had some allergies, and so I'm a little congested. You may hear me cough every now and then, but it might sound like I'm a little congested. I am a little congested. It's pretty much just fall allergies kicking in. And, Mom and Dylan and I have been sick, but none of us have had COVID. We got sick in August. And we've still been kind of getting over that and also dealing with fall allergies and the like. So I am a little stuffed up. And I'll probably be coughing. So excuse the cough. I apologize for that. I don't intend on editing much of that out, but if that bothers you, I'm sorry. Just know that if you see my hands come up like, in a fist or up to my face, that I'm probably going to cough. So mute your speakers temporarily, and we should be good to go. All right, so today's video, as I said, is going to be a long one, so I encourage you to pause right now and grab something to drink. I'm drinking Coke Zero. I like the zero sugar Cokes or zero sugar sodas over diet, because to me diet has too much of a really icky aftertaste, and the zero sugar to me tastes a lot better than diet. So watching my sugar intake, just, yep. Anyway, so today's video, grab your cross stitch. It's going to be long. Grab a project to work on, grab other crafts to work on, grab a book, grab a video game, whatever you like to do. Sit back, relax, and we're going to talk about some life updates. We're going to talk about some haul, and I'm going to show you some new makes that I have for cross stitch, and then I'm going to get into the stitching updates for July, August, and September, and then my plans going forward, including the 2 retreats that we have coming up, Mom and I have coming up in October and November. So yeah, sit back, relax. It's going to be a long one, and hopefully we can get through this information pretty quick. It's already just over 6 minutes in, and yeah. Hopefully you liked my new intro, though. I'm going to be trying out a couple of different intros as opposed to using that title screen. I'm going to try and do like pictures with music in the background, and hopefully that'll kind of make the intros a little more interesting. This one that I've kind of created for you is some pictures that I took from Halloween in the fall last year, and I added some music from bensound.com, which is royalty-free music, and hopefully you'll like a couple of the pictures, and it'll make just the intros of the videos going forward a little more interesting. I'm hoping to do one for, I might be doing one for Thanksgiving specifically. This one I tried to make it kind of more fall and pumpkin, so I could use it through September and October, maybe into November. I might do a special one for Thanksgiving, and I'm probably going to look at doing something similar for my Christmas and maybe winter uploads. It might be more Christmas related for December and winter for, January, February into March. So hopefully I'll be able to get some of those completed and uploaded along with these videos for you. So it'll make a little more interest. All right. Take another drink here. Okie dokie. So we're going to get into a little bit about life updates, a little bit about who I am and everything. So for those that you don't know, my name is Tina Frazier. I've been living in Columbus, Ohio since 1992. I was in college from 89 to 92 out in the University of Wyoming. Met somebody here in Columbus that was going to Ohio State and living with his parents, and he and I kind of hit it off, and the School of Pharmacy at the University of Wyoming, where I was attending college at, was going through potential shutdown. So he's like, well, move to Columbus and we will live together and we will be together, and you could go to Ohio State and go into their School of Pharmacy. So I was like, okay, I can do that. So in May of 92, I kind of packed all my stuff up, went home for a few days, then flew out to Ohio, and I've been in Ohio ever since. That relationship didn't work out. Thank God it didn't work out. But since then, I've met many people here. I've kind of established myself here in Columbus, and I've been here ever since 1992. And along the way, I've learned all kinds of different things. I've played taiko drums. I've done roller derby. I've gotten into board games. I like to play video games, all kinds of stuff like that. I've been into crafting. I have been into crafting my whole life. My grandmother, on my mom's side, she taught me crafting at a very early age. Like in the 70s and 80s, I used to craft with my grandmother. She died when I was a sophomore in high school back in 1986. Bless her soul. Of all the people in the family that I wish my husband could have met, it would have been her. I get a lot of my stuff from her, and, anyway, long story short, my husband and I live here in Columbus now with my mom, Edith, from California. In 2019, my stepdad, Gus, who had been married to my stepmom for 40 years, or married to my mom, rather, for 40 years. They got married when I was 7. He had diabetes issues for several years, and he ended up passing away in June of 2019. So being an only child and being established here in Ohio, mom had declared that she would move to Ohio once my stepdad passed away. And well, the end of 2019, my husband and I moved my mom from California here to Ohio. And instead of buying her a house to live on her own and us having our own house, we decided that it would probably be more beneficial for all of us if we just bought one house together that all 3 of us could live in. And then my husband and I would just sell our house when we got the opportunity. And that's what we ended up doing. So in January of 2020, we found the house that we're currently living in. And we closed in January 2020. The pandemic hit. And we were in the middle of doing the carpets, pulling the carpets out and doing the flooring and all that. And then we officially moved in the last weekend in April. During the pandemic, when everything was shut down, I was working from home. It made it kind of nice, but kind of not nice because everything was kind of in chaos for a few months. But anyway, we got everything settled. We're kind of moved in now. Everything's good, and we're living with mom. Mom and I had taught mom to cross stitch about 10 or so years ago, maybe closer to 12 to 15 years ago now. I learned to cross stitch in college back in the winter of 1989. A couple of college dorm mates were in their room one snowy Saturday morning sitting there stitching, and I was kind of bored, so I walked over, asked them what they were doing, and they sat me down, gave me some fabric, gave me some floss, and taught me how to stitch. A couple of college friends sat me down one snowy Saturday afternoon in college, sat me down with some fabric and some floss, taught me how to stitch. Later that afternoon, I put on my coat and my snow boots, wandered over to the student union, and looked for my very first cross-stitch project, my very first own cross-stitch project. I wanted to see if the university had a mascot or something college-related in their student bookstore. And they did. They had the college mascot, Pistol Pete, from the University of Wyoming. And it was in yellow and gold, or gold and brown and white. Yellow, gold, brown, and white. And yeah, so I bought my first cross-stitch piece. That was kind of an interesting little thing. I have a, I don't remember if one of my first videos I talk and show the actual piece, but what I didn't realize is back then you were supposed to separate the 6 strands of floss. So I was stitching with all 6 strands of floss on the 14 count Ada. And it was kind of weird to me that they wouldn't give you enough floss in the kit to complete it. Well, they did give me enough floss to complete it, but I was using all 6 strands of floss, which you're not supposed to do. But anyway, it feels like a patch. If you know how like bulky patches that you sew on to jackets and stuff are, it kind of felt like that. But it was really cool. I ended up having to find floss that closely matched the colors at some point to finish it. But yeah, it was a long foray. Anyway, that was back in the 1989 and 90. And I've been cross-stitching mostly ever since then. I've been getting into other crafts and stuff. But anyway, some life updates. So, I mentioned in my last video that Mom was going to have her impression, Mom was going to have her denture impression appointment with the dentist. Well, happy to say she has her temporary dentures in now, and she's been using them quite well, and they're working out for her, which is really good. Her swelling's all gone down. They pulled all 7 of her teeth, and she's not going to have implants or anything like that. She has a set of full uppers and a set of full lowers, so she'll be using those for 6 months to a year before she gets her full dentures in, but she is doing great, and it looks great. She's feeling great, and I think she's a little relieved, having not had the bottom dentures that she lost more than 5 years ago. I think it's working out for her really well. So if you happen to know Mom and see her, kind of comment on how good her teeth looks. All right, give me just a second. Hi again. So anyway, that was just a brief pause to talk to my husband for a minute. Anyway, so as I mentioned before, back in early August, we went to the state fair on the last Friday of the fair, which was, I think, the first Friday in August. And we ended up coming down with colds. We all tested for COVID, and it wasn't COVID. We all just came down with summer colds. And now I'm kind of dealing with a little bit of allergy. It's all just sinus right here. And what's causing me to cough is it's kind of settling down at the back of my throat just a little bit. So all it is just sinus congestion right here. I'm not having, fever. I'm not having any other symptoms other than just sinus congestion right here. That's it. So that is why it sounds weird. Anyway, another kind of little side update. Sorry about moving around so much. At work, we are moving buildings. So in May, they shut down the cafeteria in our building to renovate it. It hasn't been renovated in 25 years since the building opened. And they were going to be doing all kinds of major renovation to the cafeteria. So we have been without a cafeteria since sometime in May. And it's been kind of a change. They've brought in food trucks. They've done some other stuff. But, it's just not quite the same. Because with the cafeteria, you used to have choices. You could get salad bar and soup and sandwiches and hot food and burgers and stuff like that. And now we can't. So it's been quite the challenge. I've been taking lunches 2 to 3 days a week with me at work. And normally I wouldn't take a lunch because I wasn't the type of person to say, okay, for lunch, when I wake up in the morning, for lunch, I'm going to eat this. I'm more the type of person that all right, it's lunchtime. What am I hungry for? Just kind of on the whim, on the fly. I'd go pick out something that was okay, that sounded okay to me at the time. But I've been packing lunches, which has been kind of interesting. But they also announced, rumor had been going around since probably April or May, that they were moving our floor somewhere out of the building or somewhere else because they were renovating our floor. Our floor needs new carpet. They're going to be removing all the cubicles because we're in a cubicle jungle. And they are also making it more an open concept feel. So we won't have desks per se. We'll kind of walk in, and rumor had it initially that we were going to walk in and just find an empty desk and sit down and work. But enough people complained that they have decided that they're probably going to assign us desks, which is fine. But our desks, our cubicles, we used to have, a file drawer, a couple of file drawers and overhead cabinets to store personal stuff in that we could leave at work. Well, when we get back to the new office in 15 to 18 months from now, so towards the end of next year, maybe 2025, we are going to be no longer having desks with storage like, a file cabinet and whatnot, but we are going to be having to use lockers. And I'm not really thrilled with that. I don't know if we'll be assigned a locker or if it's going to be you find an empty locker for the day, put in a quarter, take the key, and that's your locker for the day. Or if we'll have to bring in our own locks for our lockers. I don't know how that's all going to work. We still have more than a year to figure all that out. But we are moving this next week into our new building. The official move date is Friday the 15th. So on Monday the 18th, we're in the office 3 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're in the my department is in the office. So Monday the 18th, we have to show up at the new location and get used to working. in the new area. We thought the new area was going to have more open concept, like they just have rows of tables with workstations set up on them, but they've actually filled the entire new building. It's one floor. They filled the entire new building with cubicles. Now they're a lot smaller cubicles than we're used to, but they have filled the building with cubicles. So at least for the temporary, 15 to 18 months until the renovations of our permanent building are done, we will be in cubicles again, which we're all kind of happy about because we're not really excited about going over to lockers anyway. So we have that coming up. So that's next week. So I'll be planning for that. Hopefully after that, I'll just kind of want to get my stitchy bug back and just sit and stitch, because I have a lot of catching up to do with WhipGo and all kinds of other challenge groups that I'm in. So a lot to do that. So that's about all the life updates I have. I am getting new glasses. I went to the eye doctor at the end of August, and I am ordering. I don't know if you guys have seen the ads on Facebook for them, but there is a company out there called Pair Eyewear, P-A-I-R, Pair Eyewear. They sell glasses, and the glass frames are magnetic, and they sell magnetic toppers to go on them. So you can change the magnetic topper and make it festive, make it, baseball themed, football themed, whatever. You can change the topper of your frames, and they're magnetic. I decided this year, instead of ordering glasses, these were last year's glasses that I ordered from my eye doctor. I can get new glasses every year, once a year. Anyway, so I sent my prescription in to Pair Eyewear, and I should be getting them in another week or two, I'm hoping. And I have 2 magnetic frames that are coming from Pair Eyewear. But on Facebook, you can find several different independent topper manufacturers that make the actual frame. So it's only the front part of the frames that magnetize on. So they just kind of magnetize onto your glass frames. And I'm probably going to be ordering a couple more from a few of those other magnetic frame makers on Facebook. Looking forward to that, because now I can finally have glasses that I can change for the season, or I can change for the day, or I can change for my mood or whatnot. So be looking for that. Hopefully I'll have the frames in another week or so. Yep. So that's pretty much it for life updates. So now we're going to actually get into a little bit of haul. Going on 23 minutes right now. I'm starting to get into haul. My haul today is in no particular order, simply because, well, this is my bag, the bag of holding that I have projects and haul and stuff in to show you. So I'm just going to start pulling stuff out. So one of the things that I'm going to be utilizing, one of my new makes that I'm going to be showing you is, I know quite a few people have made, I don't remember who came up with this, this idea called a project board, but she's a quilter and she uses it, and everybody's been following her project board tutorials on YouTube. I forget who it is. Bear with me. I'm sorry that I can't remember. A lot of people have been making project boards using foam core and batting and strips of just random everyday fabric. And I finally made my own project board. So here is my project board. The nice thing is I'm just going to use a towel. You can put your piece on there and it'll stick and hold your piece. This is just a paper towel. So I didn't use foam core. A lot of people use foam core, like poster board with the foam in the middle. I didn't use foam core. This is actually a painting canvas that you can get at the Dollar Tree. One of those thin ones without the wood frame behind it. This is a cardboard painting canvas. Picked it up for $1.25. I want to say it's probably 12 by 15, maybe 12 by 14. I don't know the size exactly. Yeah, I don't have anything down here to measure with. But anyway, I took the board, the painting canvas. It's got the textured painting canvas underneath here, and I took spray adhesive. I spray adhesived the canvas, and I took a piece of batting. This is just batting that I picked up at Joann's, and I laid it down. And I made sure the batting was about the same size as the board, no overlap. And then I found a piece of fabric, a pre-cut piece of fabric at Joann's that I kind of liked, which is this purpley kind of color. Kind of half reminds me of the Haunted Mansion wallpaper. But anyway, I found fabric. I cut it into 2-inch strips, folded the strips in half, and then folded the edges over to make like what is that? Trim? Edging? I don't know. And then I just simply hot glued the fabric over the edge of the thing, over the edge of the board, and just kind of folded the corners in. So you can see the corners are just folded in. It's not the best job in the world. You know, you can see some of the glue, like right here, there's some of the glue sticking out. It's just hot glue. I used a hot glue gun to glue this together, but I do now have a project board, so now I can stick it. I can stick it. But yeah, so I have my own very own project board to show you. This is a new make for me. I may actually get another canvas. I didn't do a tutorial or a film how I made this. It's pretty much just essentially how the one lady's tutorial is. I will be sure to look for the link for the tutorial below and put that in the description for you so you can also follow along. But I, depending on how I like this size, I may end up just making a couple more, but I don't know. We'll see how I do with one. I've been keeping it in one of these mesh bags that I got off of Amazon fairly recently. It actually fits really well just inside here, and it'll help keep it clean. So it just fits really well inside the mesh bag, which is this should be a good size for me. So I will actually keep this out for now because I'm hoping to use it today. All right. Start with this. For those of you that watch Steel City Stitchers on YouTube, it is Jody, Aaron, and I can't remember the third person's name off the top of my head. I apologize for that. But they're in Pittsburgh. They're in Pennsylvania, Steel City Stitchers. And Jody, she's a prolific fabric dyer, and she does a lot of stuff. She has been stitching projects on organza and then putting the organza stitching on a hoop with other stuff behind it as a finishing thing, and putting stuff inside the hoop, so when you shake the hoop you can see the stuff moving around behind it. The organza projects are really pretty. So I picked up, I've been wanting to try it. I did find the soluble canvas that she uses to do the stitching. I did order some of that. You probably saw that in a couple of videos ago. But I got just some white organza fabric from Joann's a week or two back because I am eventually going to want to try organza stitching. And Joann's also had this really pretty fall organza. And it's got these leaves type printing on it. So when you hold it up, I mean, it's very sheer. So yeah, you can see if you stitch on it, you're going to be able to see behind it. But I got the green leaves because I'm going to probably be looking for something kind of fall to stitch. But I got the green leaves. And then I got red. The red is really pretty. So I'm hoping to get into a new type of cross stitching on organza. She's also been using tulle. She says the tulle is a little different than organza. But she's been recently getting into tulle. So if you watch the Steel City Stitchers, a lot of the finishing that Jody does, she's been stitching on organza an awful lot. So you can, I don't know if I think she might have a tutorial out there on how she uses the soluble canvas for for organza stitching, but definitely go to Steel City Stitchers and check out Jody's stuff. All right. So for the needlework market that just happened, the online needlework market, I have a couple other patterns coming, but these two patterns were from Fireside Originals. Fireside Originals, in case you don't know, is owned by Carol Grant. Carol Grant is one of the co-owners of my local needlework shop here in Columbus, Cross My Heart Limited. Carol is one of the co-owners of that, and she owns the design company Fireside Originals. These are two of the patterns that she released for the needlework market that just happened. This first one is called Witch and Famous. It's really cute. And then this one is called Mistletoe Kisses Are Free, or simply Kisses Are Free with the mistletoe hanging up. Kisses Are Free and Witch and Famous. So these are my two of my needlework market purchases. I did get the 2023 Halloween Just Cross Stitch magazine. Quite a few interesting things in here that I'm probably going to stitch. Once again, I don't typically do flip throughs of the magazines. If you follow Carolyn Zook of C Zook Stitch here on YouTube, she does really good videos, flip throughs of the cross stitch magazines that she subscribes to, including the Just Cross Stitch Halloween and Christmas ornament issues. She'll do a complete walkthrough of them. I tend to just show some of the pieces that interest me. But yeah, this is kind of an interesting one. Look at that, guys, called Fortune Teller. He's gazing into a gazing ball skeleton. There's a couple other neat ones in here. Again, I'm not going to show you all of the ones. This one's a neat one. This one's a full coverage. It's called Scary Sadie. Now, a lot of people have said this looks real pixelated. It does look pixelated, but that's kind of the look they're going for, I think. But this is a full coverage. My mom really liked this one. This is one my mom really liked, the Squirrel Pumpkin. It kind of reminds me of the Zucca Pumpkin. I'll be showing the Zucca Pumpkin here later on. I get into September plans and whatnot. Squirrel Pumpkin. But anyway, this is the Just Cross Stitch 2023 Halloween issue. I also got the Just Cross Stitch October 2023 issue. Again, Carolyn Zook from C Zook Stitch. She does really good walkthroughs of the magazines that you can follow. One of the ones I thought was really cute was this Cozy Little Cottage Pumpkin. I thought that was really neat. And one of the other ones was this Haunted Happenings Haunted House. I thought that was really cool too. So you can see the moon in the background. There's a moon right here. And the ghost and everything like that. It's stitched, the model was stitched on purple fabric, but I might change that to like a gray. I don't know. Here's a neat seed pack of golden pumpkins. That one was really pretty. I actually did really like this. There's a lot of back stitching in this one, but this Autumn's Glow lantern is really pretty. But anyway, this is the October 2023 Just Cross Stitch that I got. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I participate in Be Stitch Me's Fabric of the Month. Be Stitch Me is a Facebook group, and I believe it's Brandy. I believe her name is Brandy, or their name is Brandy. I get the fabric of the month, and I got my July and August fabric of the month. July's fabric is called Lightly Salted, Not Roasted. I get the 40 count even weave. This one is kind of just a very pale, it's almost in a cream color. And yeah, I can take it out and show you. Well, in this simplicity of time, I won't, but it's kind of a cream, off-white cream color. I'm not going to take them out of the package for you. I also got August fabric of the month. This one is called Luna Moth. Again, it's a 40 count. This was August 2023's fabric of the month color, Luna Moth, and it's a very nice green. That kind of shows it pretty well. My light down here kind of fades things out, but it's kind of a mint green. Keepsakes Cross Stitch down in Cincinnati, Ohio, works with Cecilia Turner from Heart and Hand quite often on special projects and whatnot. So Cecilia Turner had designed earlier this year this pattern specifically for Keepsakes Cross Stitch called Any Town Tiny Town. So they were offering the opportunity to get the pattern. You can only get it from Keepsakes. Get the pattern and floss pack and fabric for the pattern, if you so choose, or you could just get, you know, the fabric, or you could just get the floss, or you could just get the pattern. So I put in an order for a full kit for the Heart and Hand Any Town Tiny Town, and I may have showed this. So this is the pattern, but it's Any Town Tiny Town, and if you look here, right here, this is actually Keepsakes Cross Stitch. So you can see the banner that says Keepsakes right there. This is 310 the cat. 310 is the black shop cat. That's at Keepsakes Cross Stitch. And then I have also the fabric and the floss. So here is the floss pack that I got for Any Town Tiny Town. It's all in Classic Colorworks flosses. And here is the piece of fabric. It came nicely wrapped. This is going to be stitched on Needle Bling Shrekie's Tan. And I got the 40 count Needle Bling Shrekie's Tan. And yes, it is tan. And it's got a really nice modeling effect to it. Little hint of green in the background. But yeah, so this is the piece of fabric that I got for Any Town Tiny Town. And I have it in my mesh, one of my mesh project bags. I'm going to pause you for just a second. All right, on to some more haul. Okay, so two other patterns from Summer House Stitchworks to complete this set that I have. I have Summer Refreshes, and I have Autumn Provides. I have the other two, the spring and winter. I have the spring and winter patterns in my stash already. Last update for the Frosted Pumpkin Halloween wreath was released, so I printed it off. I have I believe I have fabric picked out for it, so this is a potential new start coming up in September for me, but the entire Frosted Pumpkin Halloween wreath is now out. Then Hands-On Design. This is a newer chart by them called Pick Your Pumpkin Patchwork. I thought this was really cute. This would make a really quick stitch. I think it'd be really pretty fall stitch. So Pick Your Pumpkin Patchwork. And then I got two other Heart and Hand Tiny Town designs. I got Heart and Hand Halloween Tiny Town, and one of the week's Flat Dye Works colors that it calls for. And then I also got Harvest Tiny Town with a few of the overdyed floss colors that it calls for that I don't already have in my stash. So these could potentially also be new starts for me. And I picked up some other floss colors that I needed for various projects. So, like this one is Ye Old Gold by Classic Colorworks. Weeks Dye Works Hibiscus. Old Blue Paint. This one is Brethren Blue. And then this one is Nutmeg. Picked up some other flosses that I need for some other projects. All right. Another couple of magazines. I also got the 2023 Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornament magazine. I got this in the mail not that long ago. I have a subscription to Just Cross Stitch magazine, so I get the Christmas ornaments issue as part of my thing, as part of my subscription. If you're not aware, if you subscribe to Just Cross Stitch magazine, you do get the Christmas ornament issue as part of your subscription, but you do not get the Halloween issue. The Halloween ornament issue is a separate purchase. There's quite a few interesting things in here with the Christmas ornament issue this year. They have a section in the back where they have reprinted some Christmas ornaments that were previously published in prior years' Just Cross Stitch Ornament magazine. The one that I remember fondly is this one right here. I had printed this out from the original magazine to stitch. I have not stitched it yet, but this Madonna down here is one of the ones that I have to stitch. A lot of people remember this Be Jolly, but there's a small section in the back where they've reprinted some really memorable and really well-liked patterns. Just to show you, again, Seasick Stitch, Carolyn Zook does a really good job of walkthroughs of all of these, so you can go to her channel. One of the things that made me really laugh was these cats playing around with the Christmas lights and this reindeer with the helmet. Kind of made me laugh. So there's quite a few interesting little cross stitch kits in here that I think would be really, or cross stitch patterns in here that I think would be really nice. That doesn't have it. Where is it? I overshoot it. One of the other ones that I thought was really neat was this little ornament right here. It is full coverage, and it's Santa going over a house at night. Kind of almost looks like the Northern Lights, but it's not. So that is going to be on my radar to stitch at some point. That is the 2023 Christmas Ornament magazine. And then I also have a subscription to the World of Cross Stitch magazine. This one is the August 2023 issue, World of Cross Stitch magazine. The interesting thing about this is the free gift that you get, because sometimes with this magazine you get a free gift, are these floss bobbins, and they're on kind of heavy cardstock, but they're colored and double-sided. This one's stuck together. But anyway, they're colored and double-sided, but you can see they're floss bobbin shape, so you can punch them out and use them. I'm probably going to just use these more like floss drops. I'm going to punch them out and use them like floss drops, because I'm more of a floss drop person. I don't bobbinate my floss. I use floss away bags and floss drops to kit up my stuff. So I don't put anything on bobbins, but I am going to be using these as more of floss drops. So that was kind of a neat kind of a neat thing to get. And 2, 4, 6, 8. So you get 40. You get 40 of them because there's 8 on each card and there's 5 cards. So you get 40. It's kind of interesting. All right. One of the new things that I came across, there is a website called Darling and Whimsy. Darling and Whimsy. They have this candy corn freebie pattern, this quirky Quaker candy corn freebie pattern on their website. I downloaded that. I thought it would be really cute. I am Mom and I are going to a retreat in October. I'm hoping that I have enough to stitch it because the pattern calls for sulky threads. As you can see there's 4 sulky colors. I have 3 of the 4 sulky colors, but I'm hoping to stitch it on a piece of, I believe this is 22 count hand-dyed Ada. It's kind of mottled, kind of brown. I think it'd be really nice for stitching this up really quick and finishing it as a small exchange, for the smalls exchange for the retreat that we're going to. The retreat that we're going to in November or in October, is in Warren, Ohio, which is kind of northeast Ohio, kind of up near the Akron area. And there's a Facebook group, the Western PA for Pennsylvania and Eastern Ohio cross stitch Facebook group. They do stitch-ins and gatherings every so often throughout the year. And they have their fall stitch-in, which is a weekend-long retreat at one of the hotels in Warren, Ohio. It's coming up. It is full. They are on a wait list, but if you're possibly interested in going, you'll need to join the Facebook group, the Western PA and Eastern Ohio, Eastern OH Stitchers group, and you can get more information about it there. Mom and I are driving up. This is our first time going up to this retreat, so it should be kind of fun. We're looking forward to meeting some new people. One of the ladies that works at Cross My Heart here in Columbus, she accidentally came across the retreat one weekend when she was at visiting family a couple years ago, and she's been going ever since. And she encouraged me to sign up and go. So we'll be seeing her there that weekend. So we'll know at least one other person besides the 2 of us that are there. So that's happening weekend in October. But yeah, so we're looking forward to that. So I'm hopefully going to be doing the Quirky Quaker candy corn freebie from Darling and Whimsy as my small. And I'll be using, here's the sulky floss, three of the 4 sulky flosses. I'm missing a yellow. It's the only thing I'm missing. So, all right, I think that has it. Threads. Looking at my notes. So one of the new things that I've been getting into, for Amazon Prime Days that happened July or August, I can't remember which, it might have been July, I picked up a set of Art Cal mini fuse beads, a kit. They came with two trays of colors and some patterns and some plates for the fuse beads. You guys have heard of perler beads, right? They're the melty beads where you put the beads on, you make the beads into a pattern and then you iron them and they fuse together and they make these little plastic things. Well, they have 2 sizes of fuse beads. They have the 5.0 millimeter and the 2.6 millimeter. Because I had some ideas that I wanted to get, I went with the 2.6 millimeter fuse beads. Now, I don't have anything ready for you. Hold on just a minute. Let me see if I can get this. All right, so you might be more familiar with the 5.0 midi beads, M-I-D-I, the midi beads. Those are the normal ones that are sold in like Joann's and Michael's. They're the kind of the bigger beads, the bigger melty beads that you can find by the company known as Perler, and it's called Perler beads. And they're the ones that you melt using an iron. And over a couple of months, I had purchased a couple of small little kits from Joann's and whatnot for different things like peeps for Easter, and just different fuse bead patterns and whatnot. For Christmas last year, my husband and I, at Five Below, we found these Hello Kitty ones. So after I got my mini beads, the 2.6 millimeter beads, I did a comparison of the regular size midi beads, melty beads, to the mini beads for one of the pieces that I got for Christmas. And this is what it looks like. So you can see here, I don't think there we go. So you can see here, there's quite a big difference in the melty beads. So the bigger one is the 5.0 beads, the size of beads that you can buy at Michael's and Joann's. The little one is the exact same pattern. It's just using the melty beads. So the little one is only about 1.5 inches high. So if you count the beads, small little mini beads are essentially 9 beads per inch. So if you count down, it's about 1.5 inches to 2 inches high by about just over 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches wide. So, you know, they're only about like yay big. So I had the idea in the back of my head that if they were small enough, that I would make needle minders using them, you guys. And so since I've gotten my mini beads from the Amazon Prime sale, I have come up with quite a stack of needle minders. Now, granted, these are not very big. That's in centimeters. Do I have an inch ruler out? I do indeed have an inch ruler out. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. This is my ruler. So you can see the 1 inch. You can see the 1 inch lines and the 2 inch lines. This is my OmniGrid ruler. So these are in 1 inch square increments. So here is the Easter peep, because again, this is the Easter peep, and you can see here, he is not quite 2 inches long. I have glued magnets, neodymium magnets on the back of them. So he is magnetic. They will hold needles. So I am making fuse bead little needle minders. There we go. That's what they look like. I have quite a few. I have an Animal Crossing crossage pattern that I wanted to make a switch for, so I have little switches. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this box for you. All right, sorry about that. There we go. But I have little Nintendo Switch needle minders. And here's another Nintendo Switch needle minder. I can make these. They'll only cost about $3 to $5. It just depends on the size. So I have the Switch needle minders. This one is going on my Animal Crossing one because I do have an Animal Crossing Switch with the light blue or the mint blue and the mint green controllers. So we have the Nintendo Switch. We have the Mario Ghost. We, of course, have the My Melody Hello Kitty thing. This is what it looks like melted. We have the Easter peep. This if you watch the Sunshine Stitchers, EJ recently stitched a pattern called Harder Daddy. So these will kind of remind you of that. Yes, they're little butts. So I am going to be making these. They're little butts, and I can make them pretty much in any color, any skin color and whatnot. So we have little butts. And if you follow any of the internet sensations online, there's a little kitten in July and August that was really, really popular. The little kitten was a little orange tabby kitten named Tater Tot. And it had what was called bonkers. It had a pink and teal cast on its front legs. One was pink, one was bright pink, one was teal, with little paw print black markings on them. And I got an idea to make Tater Tot Bonker needle minders. So here is my rendition of Tater Tot Bonker needle minders. These are pink and teal or turquoise, essentially. And they have the magnets on the back. So this one here has the orange on it because it's kind of to mimic Tater Tot's hair, because Tater Tot was an orange tabby. And then we have just the bonkers. So I have Tater Tot bonkers in case you're interested in them. I can make many more. I have 2 pairs of Tater Tot bonkers. Some of the other things that I have come up with since then for needle minders, and I'm going to be offering these for either sale or trade as people meet me. These ones I haven't put magnets on the back, but I have Baby Grogu. Again, there's no magnets on the back of them. The one side is going to be the melted side. Those are the sides that I am going to be gluing the magnets, the neodymium magnets onto. Oops. And they're really lightweight. They're a little flexible too. But anyway, I can do Baby Grogu. I can do some of the other Star Wars characters. I can do Tsum Tsums. I can do all kinds of stuff. Any of the perler patterns that you can find online. As long as you look for something that's 18 beads tall by 18 beads wide or less, I think they'll make really good needle minder sizes. So this one is 12 beads high, just to give you an idea. So each one of, again, like I said, the mini perlers, the really tiny ones that you can't necessarily find in big box craft stores, are about 9 beads per inch. So if you kind of think about that. Anyway, there's a Baby Grogu. I have a little mini donut. And again, the back side where I'm going to be gluing the magnet is going to be the flat melted side. I'm going to be leaving the other sides open so you see the bead holes just like that. I kind of like that look, so I'm just going to leave it that way for the needle minders. This is an Animal Crossing leaf. That's going to go on my Animal Crossing project once I get the beads or the magnets onto it. If you're into like Starbucks coffee and Dunkin' Donuts, this is kind of something I came up with. The little Dunkin' Donuts, little Dunkin' Donuts coffees. So yeah, little Dunkin' Donuts coffees. There we go. And to go along with the Dunkin' Donuts coffees, we've got Starbucks coffees. Again, these will be needle minders. I'm coming up with new patterns. I have a bunch of new pictures and stuff to translate. But as you can see, like the Starbucks coffees, let me get this set up for you. So the Starbucks coffees are just under, the Starbucks coffees are just under 2 inches. So the Starbucks coffees are just under 2 inches. Just under, just a smidge under. Now, on the ones with the straws like this at the top, I added the clear next to the colored straw to give it more security and more strength, because otherwise, you know, with just the single row of beads, they could break real easy. But anyway, this is a rainbow Starbucks cup. I can probably do pumpkin spice. I can do all kinds of different flavored ones. I have all kinds of stuff, but those are just some of the things that I have come up with to make. So I don't know, will those stick on there? They kind of do. Look, they kind of do. Maybe, sorta. So these are some of the needle minders that I am making for cross stitch. So if you're interested, look for some smaller bead patterns, perler bead patterns, and get in touch with me, and I can kind of mock a couple up, see what you think, and probably only be anywhere from $3 to $5 for the needle minders. So like the set will probably be $6 for the set, maybe $6 to $8, probably $8 for the set. So you'd get the 2 for the tater tot ones. The Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch would probably be roughly $4. Little cheap needle minders. The Dunkin' Donuts, you know, $4. Little needle minder. So I haven't really set a price on these yet, but yeah. So they're really cute, and I'm looking forward to having a bunch more made for our retreats in October and November. So besides the project board, I have been making Art Cal mini beads needle minders. And if you'd like to donate supplies to the cause, I'm looking for the mini beads, the M-I-N-I, mini, not the MIDI beads, M-I-D-I. The MIDI beads are the 5.0 ones, the 5.0 millimeter ones that you can find at any big box craft stores. I'm not looking for those. I'm looking for the mini beads, M-I-N-I. They're the 2.6 millimeter. They're really tiny. Yeah. So if, as you're looking, keep in mind, this is the regular size, you know, and the mini are going to be a lot smaller. So that's kind of what I'm looking for as far as beads. I'm hoping to add to my bead colors. I have quite a few. I actually placed an order from toptierbeads.com for more beads, and I did get them in. So that enabled me to make more stuff. Alright, so that does it for the haul and the new makes. Holy cow, we are going on to 1 hour and 4 minutes. I told you this was going to be a long one, you guys. Alright, so we've got all of that done. Now we will get on to July stitching. Okay. Alright, so now we're on to the stitching portion of the program. Here is my tracker sheet that I have had next to my stitching thing for the year, next to my stitching station where I stitch the most. And you can see July was kind of busy. August was, I stitched a lot of days in August, but they were only on like three projects. I only stitched on 3 projects in August. In July, I stitched on 6 projects. And right now in September, I am slated to be working on a lot more because of one of the challenge groups I am in on Facebook. And we'll get into that as we get into September stitching. But for the month of July, there was a lot that happened stitching-wise for me. Let me dig out my notes as I drop a bunch of stuff. All right. So since my last video, I had a new start and finish. I can find the one it's in. I think it's this one. No, it's not the one. It's this one. I will have to edit that out of the video. Alright. So for the month of July, I had a new start and finish partly for WhipGo. One of my squares for WhipGo was to finish 2 Christmas ornaments. Let me show you that. So here is my WhipGo board. So right here, whoops, over here, this square right here was 2 Christmas ornaments. That was for July. So July's WhipGo was to work on 2 Christmas ornaments. I have these Let's Go Sledding ornament sets from Annie B's Folk Art and Crazy Annie's Stitching that have all these little sled ornaments. It's the Let's Go Sledding Ornament Club. I was getting these, I believe, in 2020 or 2021, maybe 2022. I don't remember which. All these sleds are stitched on perforated paper, and then you cut out the perforated paper and you attach them to the sleds. You can buy the sleds individually. They run about $3 or $4 a piece. I think there's 36 sleds, 3 each month for 12 months in the entire series, so you need 36 sleds. I decided that I was going to use these as my ornament, one of my ornament finishes, because they are really quick. So, where'd it go? Dig it out. There we go. So, here we go. This is the first ornament that I stitched. It was the snowman. This is done on the perforated paper that the kit calls for. And this is the snowman. So I only have to stitch one other ornament. I'll probably stitch either a second one of these or pick some other ornament series or set or whatnot to stitch. But one of my ornaments for the July WhipGo is done. Again, I haven't decided if I'm stitching a second one of these right next to it. But yeah, this was a fun little stitch. I like stitching on perforated paper. And it's just basically using the called for DMC. I have all the DMC kitted for these. Bear with me. Alright, hold on just a second. Alright, so I had a little coughing fit there that I had to take care of. So, the second project that I worked on in July was my stained glass Hello Kitty, which is here. Alright. It's not working out so well. I'm going to have to edit. So I am going to have to edit this video. Alright. So, do I have a picture of it? Bear with me just a minute. I'm looking to see if I have the main picture of stained glass Hello Kitty for you. Okay, this isn't the greatest picture, but you'll get the idea of what stained glass Hello Kitty is. This is stained glass Hello Kitty. And I have been working on my project board. I have been working on getting, let me go ahead and close this back out of your way. There we go. I have been working on getting, let me go ahead and close this back out of your way. There we go. I have been working on Gangudon, which is one of the Sanrio characters, and getting that square finished. I was originally doing cross country with this, and I decided that for tracking purposes and challenge group purposes, it's going to be easier for me to do the stair step parking method, where I do each block of 100 stitches in a stair step and do the diagonals, so I can track stitches and show my work better. But anyway, this is the Hello Kitty. If you look, I am working on the upper right corner up near where my hand is. So it is this corner way up here. Yep. Stained glass Hello Kitty is what I worked on. I don't know if I have the numbers for you. That's future projects. Put that over here. Let's see if I could tell you how much I worked on. Sorry about that, you guys. I don't have it right off. There it is. So I put 2,361 stitches in stained glass Hello Kitty for July. So there is that. Let me go ahead and close that out. All right. So that is stained glass Hello Kitty. Put that up there so it doesn't get dirty. All right. Then for the next year, the next one, I did pattern cats. This is in my Hello Kitty project bag. This was one of the ones that I started at Camp Gotta Stitch this year. So this is Doreen Jones pattern cats. Put in some more stitches. Some more stitches on it. I think I'm going to like having this project board, you guys. It's going to be really nice. So here is pattern cats. And I am working on the top border. So, pattern cats by Doreen Jones. So that is pattern cats. Okay. Then I also worked on Year in the Woods Bald Eagle. All right. So I'm going to insert a video that I did with Mom. This, the next project I started, this was a new start for July. My mom's birthday was the end of July. So my mom and stepdad both shared the same birthday, and they got married on their birthdays. So it was one day, and I got to pick one gift every year and give them a double birthday and anniversary gift. It was really nice, made it nice on me, made it nice on them, because they never forgot their birthdays and anniversary that way. So anyway, on Mom's birthday, I recorded a video with her because I pulled out 8 projects, and I had her pick her birthday, my new start for her birthday. So the one that she ended up going with, I will insert the video here. Hi, YouTube.
Hi.
This is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio.
And I'm Edith Hallback, her mother, coming to you from Columbus, Ohio.
What's today?
My birthday.
How old are you?
76 years old.
Damn, you're old.
Yeah, I'm old.
Anyway, today is her birthday, and she doesn't know this yet, but I have 8 patterns sitting on the table right here below, and I need help deciding what I'm going to start today.
Oh, okay.
As the birthday girl, you get to decide. So hold on just a minute. I'm going to adjust the camera and kind of go through the different pieces so you can see them here. So sorry about it moving. Anything you'd like to say for your birthday?
I've had a happy day. My son-in-law cooked lobster for dinner, and we went to lunch.
Look at the camera.
We went to lunch and had a good old time.
What did we just have?
We just had cake. Oh, sugar rush.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just had cake for my birthday, and it's a good cake. So really enjoyed it. and that, and looking forward to picking out Tina's next project.
So what's your plan for next year?
What's my plan for next year? Trying not to get any older. How about that? Of course, I get older, you get older.
Yeah, but you're still older than me.
Ah, come on.
All right, so I'm going to try and turn the camera around for you. All right, there we go. So these are the pieces that I have laid out for Mom to pick. You may recognize a bunch of these pieces, but these are the things that I have kitted up. I have probably way more than this kitted up, but these are just ones that I happened to pick out that I thought might be kind of fun to go over. So I will start here. This is the Cottage Garden Samplings Year in the Woods. This is 9, 10, and 11. This is the fall, and it will be going on this piece of Be Stitch Me fabric. This is Dusty Cottage. And so 9, 10, and 11, which is the beaver, the little brown bat, and the woodpecker. Then we have the second part of the series. This is A Year in the Woods by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is 6, 7, and 8. We have the barn owl, the bald eagle, and the bear. These will be stitched on Be Stitch Me Spirit of the Forest fabric. All three of them will be stitched together on the fabric. Then we have an Alessandra Adelaide pattern, Zucca, the pumpkin. This will be stitched on a piece of 32 count milk chocolate using Live and Dye in LA flosses. And the floss colors are Noxious in the green, and this is Brave in the yellow and orange. So this is Zucca the Pumpkin by Alessandra Adelaide. Then this is the Seasons of the Heart series. This is by Janine McGowan of the Blue Flower. I have all 4 of these patterns. I got these patterns out of the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher Fall 2021 magazine series. I have all 4 hearts to do, and I'm going to be doing them on this 40 count fabric. I can't read that without my glasses, but anyway, can you see what
Vintage City
Country Mocha?
Vintage Country Mocha.
So these will be stitched on Vintage Country Mocha on 40 count, so they will be quite small. I'm going to be doing all 4 of them on the same fabric. Then we move up here. This is the Heart and Hand Square Dance patterns. The 2 that I'm going to have her pick from are the October, November, December, and the June, July, or July, August, September. I'm going to be stitching them each of the three months of the year, the quarters of the year, on one piece of fabric with 1 stitch in between each of the 3 months, so I can make them into small pillows. So we're going to have July, August, September in one line as a pillow. The same thing with all the rest of the months of the year. I'm going to be doing those. And these are going to be stitched on 40 count raw Newcastle linen, this right here. So she has to choose between July, August, September, or October, November, December on that one. This is the new stitch along by Satsuma Street called the 4 Elements. I have kitted up this piece using the called for Cosmo flosses. It's the first time I will be using Cosmo flosses to stitch something up. And I have this piece of 40 count black mottled linen to stitch it on.
Ooh, I'm glad you're doing it on black.
But there is,
Ooh.
I have the fourth piece fire. It was released last week. I do have it printed. I just don't have it up here. But this is the 4 Elements by Satsuma Street. Then we have Erica Michaels. This is Home. This is a 40 count gauze piece, and these are the colors it's going to be stitched in. It's called the 4 colors. The gauze is in here, so we have to determine if Mom wants me to stitch that. And then this last piece is by Little House Needleworks. This is the Snow White. So that is what it's going to look like. I have a piece of Hydrangea 32 count linen, Lugana. And I am going to be using Weeks Dye Works Snowflake and the purple fabric, or the purple floss behind it, for this piece. So it is up to Mom now what she thinks I should stitch. So you can look at stuff, you can ponder, go through your thought processes, and tell me what.
Through my thought process. Let me look at this.
You can take them out of the package. Stand up.
Okay, I've made my decision.
That fast?
She is going to stitch the A Year in the Woods, and it's a cottage garden deal, and it's got the barn owl, the bald eagle, and the bear
Okay.
stitched on this fabric, all 3 on one piece, right, Tina?
Mm-hmm. All 3 in one piece.
Okie doke. There you go.
So that's my piece I'm going to start.
Uh-huh.
So what else do you have to say? Do you have anything to say to the world?
Well, today has been a fun day, a good day, but also a bittersweet day. Today would have been my husband's 88th birthday, and it would have been our 44th wedding anniversary. So, Gus, if you're looking up there in heaven or listening, I miss you, love you, and happy birthday and happy anniversary.
Oh, that was sweet. All right. Well, she did that for me, but we're going to go over and look at something that she's got working. So she was very surprised when I was watching Sammy J Stitches this last week to find out that Sammy J Stitches is also working on this. Can you turn your pattern around, or upside down? No, upside down. There you go. So, can you tell me the name of the designer of this? And this is Mom's stitchy spot. This is where she stitches, where she spends most of her day. Out there, you can't see it. You can see me, but out there is our backyard. She spends most of her day in the sunroom. I spend most of my evenings in the sunroom.
This is a cottage garden pattern, and it's Trick or Treat.
Okay. So she's also doing cottage garden samplings pattern. But Sammy J Stitches is also working on this, and I wanted to show you. This is Mom's progress so far.
So far, I've got these 2 done, and they're folded up, And I'm working on these two right here.
And then the frame for the two below that.
And then the frame for the two below that. And then I'll move it over and do these two and move it up and do the last.
Okay. And what count of fabric are you working on?
This is 14 count.
14 count.
I can do on 60. Ooh, excuse me.
Char. Char. There's our cat, Char. Hi, Char. She got her claw stuck because she was bad and clawing up the furniture. Anyway. So this is Mom's piece. So I just figured I would show that. Because she doesn't always get to videotape.
No, I don't. But anyway, I'm enjoying working on this. It sure has been challenging.
What's been challenging about it?
Well, making sure I have the right amount of stitches. I had to do some frogging.
Oh, frogging.
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyway, I just wanted her to be able to show off her stitching. I haven't been working on a whole lot. But anyway, this is my stitching spot and my cart with all my stitching stuff and everything like that. You can see some of my patterns and stuff just kind of floating around there. Anyway, take you back in here. This is upstairs. This is our dining room and kitchen area. You don't always get to see this view, but anyway, this is what I'm going to be working on from what Mom says. I'm going to be working on Cottage Garden Samplings, A Year in the Woods, the bear, the bald eagle, and the barn owl. All right, so there you have it. That's my next piece. That's all I have for you this week. Hopefully I'll be in soon for another update. It's been kind of crazy work-wise, and it's not going to get any better anytime soon. I will be off next Friday. We're going to the state fair, the Ohio State Fair, so that should be fun. Are you looking forward to going to the fair? And there's Misty. Misty.
Misty, what you doing? What you doing, Misty? Hey, come here.
There's Misty the cat. Hi, Misty. Hi. Misty the cat. You don't always get to see Misty. Anyway,
No.
so we are going to the fair on Friday this coming week. And I have a dentist appointment on Thursday. Mom has another dentist appointment on Tuesday. And yeah, so that's all we got going on. Anyway, hopefully I will get this uploaded soon so you can see. And in the next week or two, I'll hopefully have a progress update on my cottage garden samplings. This is the fall. This is the fall set. No, this is the summer set. So anyway, so we shall be seeing you soon. And Misty is being a goober. There's Misty. Misty is being a goober, and she's on the table. Oh, oh. Say hi, Misty. Hi, Misty. All right. So that is all I have for you today. So we will catch you soon. Bye. All right. Hopefully you liked that video. We have fun together most times. But the one that she picked, she went with the Cottage Garden Sampling Year in the Woods. That's the one that she picked for well, where is it? There it is. The one that she picked was the fall. I believe it's the fall Year in the Woods, which is the bald eagle, the bear, and whatever the third one was. I can't think of the third one off the top of my head. So the one that I started with was the bald eagle, because the piece that I am doing it on, the bald eagle, is actually the center of the project. And I'm using the Be Stitch Me fabric set. So this is on the green
forest color of fabric from Be Stitch Me. As you can see, I've done part of the tail, the eagle's tail. This is coming out again this month. But yeah, it's on Be Stitch Me fabric. So I have the Be Stitch Me fabrics. There's 4 colors of fabrics for all of the pieces. This is also using a Garan Toten Bags brim guard, and I am using the large Nerge hoop. This is a Nerge hoop that I picked up a couple months ago. You may have seen it in that video. So the Garan, as you can see, the Garan 11 by 11 gram guards fit the large Nerge hoop really quite nicely, actually. This is the 11 by 11 Garan Toten Bag gram guard with the Nerge hoop. I'm really liking the Nerge hoop. It's keeping it super tight, like almost drum tight. So I think I might be asking for some more Nerge hoops, larger Nerge hoops in the future. But yeah, this is the Bald Eagle by Cottage Garden Samplings. And this is the Year in the Woods. This one is number 7 of the Year of the Woods, a Bald Eagle. Mom picked this for my birthday start for her birthday. So I don't know if I'll be doing that as a regular feature going forward, having Mom pick a birthday start for me. We shall see how this goes and how next year goes. But anyway, it's also in one of those mesh project bags. I'm sure if I laid the Nerge hoop down into the project bag and took out some of the other pieces that the Nerge hoop would fit. Right now I can't get it to close. All right, so that is that. And then I believe, so as I said in July, I worked on 6 different projects. I stitched 3,972 stitches, and I had 2 new starts and 1 finish. So the 2 new starts I had was the sleigh little snowman Christmas ornament and the Year in the Woods Bald Eagle new start. The 1 finish I had was a little snowman ornament. So that was really good. I'm hoping going forward to include stats for you guys like that going forward. So, all right, for August, in the month of August, I worked on 3 projects. I stitched 1,963 stitches. It wasn't my banner month for the year so far, but I did stitch almost 2,000 stitches for August. I had 1 new start, which was the Breast Cancer Mandala by Ink Circles, and I did not stitch on World Cross Stitch Day. I don't have the date for World Cross Stitch Day. Can I tell you? No, I can't tell you. Well, can I tell you what World Cross Stitch Day was? World Cross Stitch Day was Friday the 11th of August. I did not stitch on World Cross Stitch Day. Or did I? According to this, I did stitch on World Cross Stitch Day. If it was Saturday the 12th, I did not. If it was Friday the 11th, I did. All right, so anyway. So I had 1 new start. I stitched 1,963 stitches, and I worked on 3 projects for August. So the 3 projects I worked on were Let It Snow by Stitchrovia. Get organized. Boy, this is like really gonna... Let It Snow by Stitchrovia. I don't have the August numbers down, so I can't tell you how many stitches I did on Let It Snow. But anyway, we have this. Let me get my project board turned around the right way. Let It Snow. So this is Let It Snow by Stitch Rovia. And essentially, I stitched pretty much this entire tree and the birds in the tree. That is what I stitched for August in Let It Snow. So there's a pretty colorful town down in here that I'm going to be stitching. And then a pond, a frozen pond with some ice skaters down here. And then I have to carry over the border down at the bottom. But this is Stitch Rovia's Let It Snow. I pretty much stitched this entire tree in August. So, and this one was a Whip Go Square, I believe, that I finished. No, it wasn't. It was not on my list. Oh, yes, it was. Up here. I definitely did the 500 stitches on it. I finished it August 6th. I finished the 500 stitches for the April square. So it was the April square for, one of the April squares for Whip Go. I did finish it, but I didn't finish it, the stitching on it, until August. And it is on my 2-gallon it is in my 2-gallon Ziploc designer project. You can find these 2-gallon Ziploc bags in the what is it? Aluminum foil and parchment paper and cling wrap aisle. These are 2-gallon project bags, or 2-gallon Ziploc bags that you can get if you're into that thing. I have you'll see that I have some project bags and some not project bags. But anyway. All right. So the second project I worked on was Do Re Mi. Do Re Mi is a stitch along that I was doing with Kelly Green from Don't Run with Scissors here on YouTube. I started this in 2021 during the telecast of The Sound of Music on TV for Christmas. This is a series of 4 patterns by Silver Creek Samplers. This is their Sing a Sampler series, and it was in 4 parts, but it's Do Re Mi, and I'm doing them all 4 on one long piece. Bear with me just a minute.
Hi.
Oh, this is my husband, Dylan. You can lean in and say hi.
I'm just letting her know that dinner's going to be ready in a few.
Okay. So I will have to pause. But anyway, so this is, I was doing this, I started this and posted about it in my YouTube videos 2 years ago when I started it. And Kelly piped up and said, hey, I have that pattern. Can we do a SAL together? And I'm like, sure. So we started a SAL, S-A-L, also known as a stitch along, to Silver Creek Samplers. Throughout our process, we decided that Sundays were going to be our Sing a Sampler Sundays, and we were going to do this. I didn't keep to that. Kelly has since finished hers, and I am still plugging away on mine. So anyway, this is Silver Creek Samplers. I'm in a SAL that Kelly has already finished on this. But I will dig mine out for you to peruse. This is also a Whip Go square for me. Oop. But here is my Sing a Sampler series. So, what does it look like? Okay, that's just the grime guard behind it. All right. So, my next, I just finished up I have just finished up the me square. So my goal was to finish off a couple of squares of this for Whip Go and Web Square. This was let's see, was it? Yes, this is square number 16. This was called in June. I had it finished in March. It's right here. Sing a Sampler series, this yellow box right there. I had it finished in March technically, but because the stitch along is still technically going on, yeah. So this is where I'm at in the Sing a Sampler series. I am planning on doing this square over here next, which is mi, fa, so, la. It's la over here. And then I will finish the notes to sing You Can Sing. The word sing is over here, and then most anything for the last two squares. But this is, I finished one set. So this is, I think, part 2. I finished part 2 completely. I have one square of part 3, or one set of part 3, and then I have the second set of part 3 to go here, and then part 4 is over here, and part 1 is over here. So I am stitching them on one long piece. I am using the called for colors. Kelly actually did a color conversion and made hers more bright and rainbow. So I kind of like this, but I don't like it nearly as much as I like Kelly's colors. But I'm going on with it just because, you know, I've already started it. And I think it looks good. I kind of like it. But yeah, there's an issue with the runner in here. The runner is off by a couple of stitches. So I just kind of fudged all the rest of the stuff around her. You're not going to know. And then if you look in the grass, you might be able to see my name, Tina, in purple in the grass. You might not be able to see that, but my name is in the grass. And yeah, so I may be putting this away for a little while since Kelly already finished hers. I may put it away. I may not, but it's also, I think, part of one of my challenge groups for this month. I might have to stitch, say, 100 stitches on it again this month. So it's going to stay out because I plan on stitching this when they air The Sound of Music for Christmas. This is kind of my watch The Sound of Music and stitch do re mi piece. So that is what I am doing with that. All right, so to get this up out of the way, get that floss. Oh shit! Sorry, was not coming that way, and I just ripped the floss bag. All right, so that is Sing a Sampler series do re mi, and this is also in a Garan Toten Bags Christmas Poinsettia project bag. Garan Toten Bags. I was in their Grime Guard of the Month for the longest time, and then the end of 2022, I bowed out of the Grime Guard of the Month subscription to have the money to do some other things, which is how I got into the Be Stitch Me Fabric of the Month. So there's that. All right, and then my new start for August. This is kind of a little bittersweet. My new start for August is the Ink Circles Breast Cancer Mandala. I believe this was a free pattern. Bear with me just a minute. I'm trying to find the main thing so I can pop it up for you. I believe this was a free pattern. And I don't remember where I picked it up at. It might not have been a free pattern. Oh, come on, where are you? Where's the star? Oh, you're kidding me. All right, well, I don't have it. I don't have the picture that I was looking for. But anyway, I have been wanting to do this as part of, if you watch Just Keep Stitching, Pam, the mom, Pam Schaefer, or Schaffner, Schaefer, she started a breast cancer survival sal this year. She is a breast cancer survivor. Anyway, you can, if you watch Just Keep Stitching, you can follow on her channel about her progress on her stitch along. And I didn't have the piece that everybody's stitching along with her, but I did have this one. And August 16th, a friend of ours, who my husband's sister in West Virginia knows really well. They work together. She has been battling breast cancer, and on August 16th, she sadly lost her short 2-year battle with it. And because of I hadn't yet started it, I decided August 16th that I was starting the Ink Circles Breast Cancer Mandala. And this is where I've gotten to so far for August and September, since August 16th. This was a new start. This is as big as it is. My ruler's down below, but it's only about 4.5 inches or so. And this is in my nerd hoop. This is on a piece of 40 count Picture This Plus fabric, I believe it's Picture This Plus, called Heroic. And it's got blues and reds in it. But this is the Ink Circles Breast Cancer Mandala, and this is using Carrie's Creations silk floss. That is where I've gotten to. This is kind of in memory of Melissa Adkins, my friend down in West Virginia who passed from breast cancer on August 16th. And also in memory and honor of everybody in my life that I have known that has lost their battle and or battled and or is battling currently breast cancer diagnosis, including my neighbor Nina, my sister-in-law Elizabeth, my grandmother, my sister-in-law Christine Vodica, who passed 2 years ago, and whatnot. So, breast cancer mandala, I pretty much started this August 16th and got part of the way through. Dinner's ready? Okay. So, anyway, that is the breast cancer mandala. So you're seeing a little bit of also September progress. September progress is pretty much this area right here and this leg of the border. That is September's progress. All the rest of this was done in August. All right. So I am going to pause here, and I will be back to continue with a little more update from August. All right. I'll see you guys in a bit. Got done with dinner, so it's about a half hour, 45 minutes. Actually, it's probably been closer to an hour because I did a couple of things. Really quick, I just wanted to get back into my video, and I wanted to show you, this is the screen capture that I have for the Ink Circles Breast Cancer Mandala, just so you can get a better idea of what it's going to be when I'm done with it. So it's the two colorways of the pink breast cancer ribbon, the ones in the northwest, east, and south, and then the ones in the diagonal directions are the same colors, but they're each different from each other. And then you can see the other motif and border around it. So that is what the Ink Circles Breast Cancer Mandala is gonna look like when it's finished. Mine is gonna be about 4.5 inches square, give or take, roughly. I don't have the stitch count on that for you, otherwise I could give it to you and tell you the calculated measurement on 40 count, but I don't have the stitch count on me at this moment. So the other thing I wanted to do is for the August numbers. So I did stitch 1,963 stitches for the month of August. Worked on 3 projects: the Breast Cancer Mandala, Do Re Mi by Silver Creek Samplers, the Sing a Sampler series, and also Stitch Rovia's Let It Snow. So there were only 3 projects. I did calculate the numbers up because there was only 3. So for Sing a Sampler's Do Re Mi, that piece got 435 stitches in August. And for Let It Snow, that piece got 533 stitches. So not quite 100 stitches more than the Sing a Sampler's Do Re Mi. And then the Breast Cancer Mandala got the most. They got 995 stitches, so almost 1,000 stitches in the Breast Cancer Mandala. And on that, I finished, I don't know if you'll be able to see my mouse, but I finished basically the motifs and border for the top row of ribbons, except for the second ribbon in the corner. So that is that. Let me go ahead and hide this. All right. So I could give you totals. So far this year, I don't have the running totals. I will make a note for next month or the next video to do running project totals. I do have to say dinner was really good. My husband fixed meatball subs, and it was really good. So we had sausage meatballs with pizza sauce and provolone cheese on hoagie buns. So it was actually a pretty good dinner. It was really tasty. All right, my husband's a really good cook. He does 98% of the cooking in the house, just because he can throw things together and make something really good. I'm more a recipe cooker. I follow recipes. That's why I bake and do candy and cookies and stuff. So I do a lot of that, but he does most of our main meal cooking because he can throw things together. All right, little side note. I went and checked mail while I was waiting on dinner to settle, and something came in. Hold on just a minute. I have to look something up really quick. All right, hi everybody. I found what I'm looking for. I had to get a little bit of water, but I found what I'm looking for. So anyway, while I was out, was upstairs at dinner, I went out and checked the mail, and I got a package in the mail, you guys. So the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, you know, they've been doing the stitch-alongs for everything. They had the Christmas wreath. I don't know if I have the Christmas wreath already. I'll have to double check on that. But if I don't have the Christmas wreath, I'm going to actually order the Christmas wreath. So I have both the Halloween and the Christmas wreath already. Let me check something really quick. I don't think I have it. Welcome to Pumpkinville Halloween Wreath Snow Globe Collection. No, I do not already have the Christmas wreath. So I'm going to be ordering the Christmas wreath at one point. So I have both of them. But in the latest, the last installment of the pattern release, clue number 12, they gave the finishing instructions for this, including information about the backing fabric that they designed. They had specially designed backing fabric using the company's spoon flower to allow us as users to be able to custom order and have printed the fabric, the backing fabric for the Halloween wreath. So without further ado, I want to let you know that my fabric came in. I ordered a yard of it. I believe it cost about 16 bucks. Let me see. Let me look at my invoice. It doesn't say here. It doesn't say how much they charged me. I don't even think it says on the back. I think the back is just empty. Yeah, the back is just empty. But anyway, I ended up ordering a yard of the fabric from Spoonflower. You guys are going to die when you see this. You're just going to be dead on the floor when you see this. You guys. Oh my God, look at this fabric. So it's got the bat. It has the pumpkin sucker. It has the frog. It has candy. It has everything on it. I have a full yard of this fabric. And it goes, if you can imagine, So if you see here, you've got, so there's the frog. The frog is up here. You've got the frog in it. The bat is over here. And you have candy all over the place, candy corns. You have the pumpkin sucker, which is over here. You have the pumpkin sucker. Look how stinking cute this is. So this is special order fabric that you can get. Oh, and then you can see, where is it? I just saw it. I don't know where it's at. I just saw it. Is it over there? No. Right here, I think, is the straw. So, the striped straw. But anyway, this is the, like the finishing fabric for the frosted pumpkin wreath. And you can see here that it was a special order by the by the company Spoonflower. So it is the design designed by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, custom printed on petal signature cotton. You can get different kinds of fabric for different prices. It has my order number stitched on it, and it so anyway, I got the petal signature cotton. So I got the cotton printed fabric. And as you can see, it's only on the, you can see it's printed only on the one side of the fabric. So I actually have backing fabric for quite a few frosted pumpkin pieces now. I may actually use this for Tricky Kitty as well. The stand-up that I'm going to be finishing hopefully this month for October, so I can put it out for display. I have a lot of finishing stuff that I'm planning on doing for September. Hint for plans. But anyway, I did get the frosted pumpkin, the finishing fabric for the Halloween wreath just came in today. So that's really super exciting. Yay me. Yay. Really super exciting. I'm really happy about that. So we'll tuck that in here for now. And yeah. All right. Yay for stash. All right, so we're gonna go into September. This when I'm talking about September stitching, this is actually going to be about progress so far for the first week and a half, basically the first week or so, 10 days of September. Actually the first 9 days of September, because today's the 9th, and kind of show you the pieces that I'm working on, and then I'll be going into more plans for the rest of the month, and then also talk to you about retreat. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to get a couple more things together. Bear with me. All right, so I'm back. I actually did a little bit of searching. I am getting the, if you remember, I had gotten this pattern for the Quirky Quaker Candy Corn Freebie for from Darling and Whimsy. I am doing this as my stitching retreat small, using sulky thread. I was missing one sulky color. I actually found a 6-pack of sulky 12-weight petite threads in a summer collection that had the yellow color I am missing. So I placed an order for it. I should get it on Monday. So in my next video, you may actually see me showing the pack of sulky threads. I may have actually already used some of the sulky threads in it, but anyway, I am getting the yellow color that is in this. I do already have the sulky orange, black, and white already on hand. But anyway, so I did just order that too. All right. So we're going to get into September. Since July, actually since the end of June, I have been, one of the Facebook challenge groups I am in, Fandom Stitching. They are stitching through some of the Lord of the Rings stuff right now. They have an event that started at the end of June called Ringo. So basically you fill out a bingo card, essentially, with up to 25 projects. You can have the free space in the middle, but you do up to 25 projects. And then for each week, you work on a certain project for a specific amount of time. And the last day to stitch on your projects was September 3rd. Well, here is my Fandom Stitching Ringo board. You can see it's very similar to Whipgo. So every week on a Monday, they would call the new board square. And this is how I had mine fill out. I was doing really good. I did 5 of the 25 weeks, but I fell off the bus. And all I got done were those 5 squares. So I did the stitching for Let It Snow, Pandemic, Stained Glass Hello Kitty, Pattern Cats, and Stained Glass Hello Kitty. I had quite a few of these projects on here multiple times. And yeah, I kind of lost motivation, partly in July and August. I never did catch back up with Ringo. So this is where my Ringo ended up. I only got 5 squares in of the whole thing. So my Ringo for Fandom Stitching was a bust, a complete bust. That ended on September 3rd. I don't think I got anything for it. But anyway, I'm also in the Magazine Monthly Stitching group, which is on Facebook as well. And the premise of the Magazine Monthly Stitching group, that group got started by Carolyn Zook of C Zook Stitch. And she wanted to create a group where the stitching focus was all those magazine stitching projects that you have, that you found the patterns in magazines. That was the whole main focus of the group. Every month she comes out with a theme for the month and also an acrostic for the month. Now, she'd like you to keep the theme project for whatever theme is selected for the month as a magazine project. That is the whole main goal. But for the acrostic every month, you can use other whips that are not found in magazines or publications, like actual magazine publications. So let me dig out my Magazine Monthly acrostic. That's pop culture. All right, so this month's theme is desert, and the acrostic this month is cactus. This is for September. You can see I have it filled out: a candy corn house, amid Amish life, enchanted Christmas reindeer, pumpkin table topper, under the tree, any fall or Christmas with a tree, and saltwater scrapbook. So yeah, I don't have a theme for desert. I just couldn't find any piece that I had already going that would work, and I didn't want to start something that would I didn't want to start anything new for the desert theme. Sorry about the coughing, you guys. Anyway, so they are also doing for September AB Singo. So you have a bingo board again that has 25 squares on it. You pick 25, well, there's 25 of the 26 letters of the alphabet chosen. This year, for September, the letter T was left out. So you had 25, all the remaining 25 letters of the alphabet to choose from, and you create a bingo board. Here is my bingo board. So you can see I have everyone filled in with a pattern except for the letter J. I still haven't figured out what letter J I'm going to do, but the solid squares, the solid filled in squares, are the ones that I have done. The outline squares are the ones I have not yet stitched. So as you can see here, this square down here is the 4 Elements by Satsuma Street. If you saw in the video that included here, where Mom selected my cross stitch piece, the 4 Elements was included in that. I'm planning on starting that. I was hoping to start it this weekend, but we shall see. But the goal for each of these squares is 100 stitches. So all you have to do to get these is to stitch 100 stitches, which is about an hour's worth of stitching, depending on how fast you stitch. And they call one of these letters every day. So for the first 25 days of the month, you will get your daily stitching prompt, so to speak. It'll tell you what project to stitch for that day. I am at least 3 days behind. 8. I don't have 9 on here. I don't have day 9, which is today's thing, and she's probably already picked the one for tomorrow as well. So I am actually 4 days behind. I can easily catch this up this weekend, which I'm kind of hoping to do. But as you can see, I did do the breast cancer mandala, the enchanted Christmas reindeer, snow village, the breast cancer mandala twice because it was X out cancer for breast cancer mandala, and then Pinker and Pumpkin quilting candy corn house. So I will be showing you these pieces that I have worked on this month, everything like that. And yeah, so these are some of the plans that I got going on. So I will be finishing up the magazine monthly acrostic and AB single. I will also be participating I will be doing WIPGO. So we have WIPGO squares. This month's squares are Enchanted Christmas Reindeer, which is up here, and Santa of the Forest. So I will be working on Santa of the Forest at some point in time coming up this month. And then I will also be working on trying to get WIPGO caught up, because there's some of them that I have caught up. This square here, this August square, can be filled in. I've already completed the 500 stitches on Cade. The stained glass Hello Kitty, sorry. This is the stained glass Hello Kitty. I've already completed the 500 stitches on that. And for Snow Village, I only have 250. This square only had 250 left. For this one up here, I only have 200 left. So I can easily finish those up. And then I just have to I have to finish a Christmas ornament. I can easily catch that up this month as well. And then I will be really close to getting my first bingo on WIPGO, because this square is already done. This square I haven't even touched yet is the Mid-Amish Life. I haven't worked on it at all this year. And yeah, so I'll be working on WIPGO. One of the other groups I am in is Survival of the Stitch Village. We are, I can work on any project for that, and we are plugging away. I'm in that group with Alara the Stitcher. You can find her on YouTube here. It's Alara the Stitcher. She does quite a lot of big projects, and I actually have met her at the Stitching in the Springs retreat in Yellow Springs, Ohio. She was there this last couple of times, and hopefully I'll be seeing her in November again when we go. I'm also in the Pop Culture Stitching Challenges Facebook group. They do an acrostic most every month. Month of September, you're to pick your favorite sports team name and use it as an acrostic. So I have 2 favorite sports teams, the LA Dodgers. I grew up in Southern California, so the LA Dodgers and the Anaheim Angels were my 2 baseball teams that I followed, and Ohio Roller Derby, of course, is my other sports team that I really follow quite actively. So my Pop Culture Stitching Challenge acrostic are the Dodgers, and OHRD for Ohio Roller Derby. I was an Ohio Roller Derby skater, and after the first home season, I retired. I basically moved over to referee skating, so I was a skating referee for the league, and then a few years later, I went off skates and became an off skate official. Officially retired from the league in 2018 when my in-laws were sick, because I knew we were going to be going out of town. So the beginning of 2018 is when I officially retired from the Ohio Roller Derby League after 13 years of service. And back in November and December last year, I went back as a returning alumni for their December Christmas bouts. They had interleague scrimmage that was open to the public called Skate-Mare Before Christmas. So I went back for those 2 games and jam timed for them, and it was a lot of fun. But I just don't have the time to devote to roller derby anymore. So I did come out of retirement for Skate-Mare Before Christmas last year, but I am now back in retirement and just a super fan of Ohio roller derby. So if you ever want to go to roller derby game, look me up. I'll go with you. I can explain the rules to you, as you know, except for maybe the new changes that come about, but I can explain all the rules to you and let you know what's going on. Roller derby is a great sport. It's a lot of fun. I've been with roller derby since 2005, so I know quite a bit. Anyway, so that's Pop Culture Stitching Challenges, Dodgers, and OHRD. So I'll be actively stitching through that. I'll be doing the Survival of the Stitch Village. The 24 Hours of Cross Stitch group, they have an acrostic every month. This is September's acrostic. It's called On the Spot. I have a couple filled out for it, like Midnight Owl. That is a Mill Hill kit. Hidden Harbor by Hade. 4 Elements, New Start, Satsuma Street, Saltwater Scrapbook, Pandemic, and Fantasy Triptych. These are, the ones that I have put on here so far are essentially WhipGo goals and everything like that, except for the 4 Elements. The 4 Elements is coming into play because of the AB Singo. So this is the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. You can look up hashtag 24HOCS on Facebook to find the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch Facebook group. Basically, that Facebook group got started because a group of people decided that they wanted to try a 24-hour cross stitch marathon starting on late Thursday, early Friday, and going through until Saturday. They wanted to do nothing but stitch 24 hours straight. And that first event was really wild. It took off. There was a lot of people that really wanted to participate. But that first weekend also, you had a lot of people that decided that they couldn't stitch and stay awake for 24 hours straight. So they would be called Team Sleep. They would get sleep at some point in time. And then over the course of that first weekend, they would get 24 hours of stitching in over the course of the weekend. So if it started on if the event started Thursday night, from Thursday to Sunday, they would stitch 24 hours. And they would track what they stitched and how long they stitched it for. And it became a whole big thing. So you had Team Sleep and Team No Sleep. And, you could kind of get started at any time over the weekend. Well, it has since branched into from that one-time event, it is now an every quarter event. So 4 times a year, they have the 24-hour of cross-stitch. The next 24-hour of cross-stitch marathon weekend is coming up in October, I do believe. I think I have it written on my tracking sheet. Maybe not. Yes, it is coming up October 20th, 21st, and 22nd. That is the next 24 hours of cross-stitch marathon stitching weekend in October. So you have the 24 hours of cross-stitch acrostic. Magical Stitches. We are reading the Jennifer Chiaverini books of the Elm Creek Quilters books. I am still behind. I think I'm still on April's book, and it's August, September. I'm way behind in this series. So yeah, I still have quite a few books to read and catch up. But they are doing a spell out this month. The spell out for Magical Stitches, the prompts are Circle of Quilters, CircleofQuilters. Circle of Quilters is the spell out. I don't have a sheet. A handy dandy sheet to keep track of. That is the call out. Each letter. Most of these, each of the letters on the acrostic are 200 stitches. Some of the groups you can actually determine your own stitching goal for it, but most generally they're all 200 stitches per letter in order to complete the letter. So magical stitches spell out this month is Circle of Quilters. And I don't know the name of the book that we're reading, that we're supposed to be reading for September, but the books are the Jennifer Chiaverini books. All right. So now I kind of went into a little bit of plans. I'm gonna go ahead and show you my progress on some of them. The first one I touched this month. Let me go ahead and pull this up. So last year I was doing a search and I found a blog. This is called Pinker in Punkin. It's Pinker, the letter N as in Nancy, Punkin. Pinker in Punkin, Quilting and Stitching. So they have a blog online that I'm showing you here, and they have free patterns. It's been a little bit since I've looked at their blog to see what free patterns they have up for grabs. But they do a lot of, I guess they would be like salt box houses. So if you see this house back here in the background that has the words boo, I don't know if I can get this bigger for you or not. But these are like more primitive patterns. I don't typically stitch primitive patterns, but I kind of fell in love with a couple of the houses that they provided free patterns for here. And so I've kind of dug through their blog last year. Oh, is that a punch needle? Are you serious? Oh my God, that's a cute punch needle. The scissor fob. But see, they have like patterns that you can download and print from their blog. Freebie at some point. This will be a freebie at some point. I'm sure a gobbler or two will find their way into the stitch. So they do offer freebie patterns on here, but I went through, found their houses. It's been a little bit since I've been on here, so I need to actually go and dig through their blog. But you can go up here and look through. I don't know if I ever subscribed. Instagram, labels, basket parade, bee freebie. So you can look at all the different freebies in here by clicking on the links. Christmas freebie, she has 44. I wonder if I can scrap quilting. There's a lot of different things. Let's see. I don't know if I can put in a search. Sign in, search. Candy corn. Candy corn Halloween freebie. Oh. Okay. I don't know. So she does a lot. So here's an autumn salt box. Oh wait. Autumn salt box. I don't know if I have that one. So here's the candy corn house. Right here. It's this one that says 1800. Right here. So it's this piece here. I decided last year that I was going to stitch this, and I pulled it back out because I kind of forgot about it, and I've been wanting to work on fall stitching anyway. So I pulled out the Candy Corn House by Pinker and Punkin. I actually am liking these houses a whole lot. I don't know the name of this other house behind it, but that is also a freebie. I believe that is a freebie pattern on her blog as well. But anyway, here is my candy corn house. I'm doing this on 28 count a piece of Picture This Plus in like a gray mottled fabric. But you can see I have most of the house done, except for the lighter orange. Most of the dark stripes. And then all I have to do now is fill in the 1880 and then the candy corn bottom down here. So, and this says October 31st over here. And this is also a Garon Toten Bags Grime Guard. I have this in a small Q snap. This is the Pinker and Pumpkin Candy Corn House. I kind of fell in love with all their houses, and I have downloaded and printed most of their houses to do at some point. And I'm not really a primitive person, but I just kind of fell in love with these houses, and the fact that they're free makes them even better. So I do have to actually go back through the Pinker and Pumpkin website and dig up more of these houses. But as you can see, like here is the pattern. This one is Autumn Salt Box. So it looks like I already do have Autumn Salt Box pattern. Aunt Maria's Autumn Salt Box. I don't know if I have that one in here. So is Aunt Mariah's Autumn Salt Box. You can get them, you can download it here. It says click here for instructions, click here for the colored chart, click here for the black and white chart. That is Aunt Mariah's Autumn Salt Box. So I have Autumn Salt Box, Aunt Mariah's Autumn Salt Box, which I do already have. So that's good. I also have Willow-Wisp Manor of Holler Lane, Crow Creek Salt Box, Ophelia Manor on Pumpkin Holler Lane, Turkey Creek Manor. These are all free from the Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. The Old Crow Salt Box. So I think these are all the fall and Halloween salt boxes that I have downloaded the patterns for. But you can go to the Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting website for that. On these, I am using special flosses. I swapped out the flosses. I did swap out the flosses for this. I am not using the called for flosses, which are DMC. Yeah. These are DMC. She calls for DMC flosses, but I went through some of the goofy flosses I had and wanted to try them. So I am using a combination of Victorian Motto flosses. So I have Victorian Motto in Hallows Eve. I have Romy's Creations in white Chantilly. Romy's Creations in white Chantilly. I have Victorian Motto in Haunted Bridge. It's this brown. Victorian Motto in Spirits, which is the black. I have Romy's Creations Antiquities, which is the lighter brown right here. I have Romy's Creations Three Fairies Green. I have Victorian Motto Sampler Shop Halloween, the yellow. And then Victorian Motto Sampler Shop Carved Pumpkin, which is this orange color right here. I had never had Victorian Motto floss. So at some point last year, I had ordered a Halloween pack of Victorian Motto floss. And I decided that the colors in this would be really beautiful. So I have swapped a lot of the colors out for Romy's Creations threads and Victorian Motto threads. If you're interested in my color conversion, just let me know and I will let you know what colors I swapped for what colors here. But here is all the colors that I am using in Romy's Creations and Victorian Motto threads for the Pinker and Pumpkin Candy Corn House. I am hoping that I can actually get this finished in September so I can finish it and fully finish it for an October display. So that was Candy Corn House. The next piece I worked on was a full coverage piece that I haven't worked on in a little while. This was, I believe, a restart from last year. I had originally started it on a piece of 28 count even weave that I was gridding myself. And I decided at some point in time last year or the year before last that I was just going to order a bunch of 32 count easy count fabric that was already pre-gridded and do all my full coverages on that instead of pre-gridding my fabric. All I had done was this upper corner bit there. Let me go ahead and get rid of that since we don't need that anymore. But all I had was this upper bit done. So for me to restart was plenty. And I was doing this 2/1 tent. So this is 2/1 tent, just in case. And I ended up going with a piece of 32 count and restarting this. I restarted it September of 2021. So I guess it was in 2021 that I decided, but I restarted this in September of 2021. Haven't gotten very far on it, actually. And I am doing the stair step parking. So it's the same. I'm still in the upper corner of it. This is the Enchanted Christmas Reindeer by Donna Gelsinger. And I'm still in the upper corner. But where I finished, I actually kind of finished this whole stair step row on the outside, more or less, since I picked it back up this month. So this is Enchanted Christmas Reindeer, and I have my my parked threads on these little thread bobbin things, and this is on a Q-snap. But this is 32 count easy count fabric. It's already pre-gridded. So I am using Pattern Keeper with this. This is also in a Garan Toten Bags project bag. So I will show you that. Here is the Enchanted Christmas Reindeer by Donna Gelsinger. Yep. So I am working this in the upper corner up here. I've started in the upper left corner. So hopefully soon I'll be getting into some of the reindeer antlers and stuff. I'm hoping to keep this out and working on it for the winter season, because I'd like to get some more progress on some of my full coverage pieces. And here is my floss palette for this. It's looking pretty pretty beat up, but I've been kitting all my stuff up on floss drops for all my pieces, so I can just grab a project bag and go. But this is in my Garan Toten, I think this is a Garan, yeah, Garan Toten Bags. It is my Christmas Cardinals Garan Toten Bags, Christmas Cardinals project bag. Here's the inside of the project bag. It's got gold snowflakes. It's pretty cool. So that is Enchanted Christmas Reindeer. Next piece that I worked on so far this month is one that I also have not picked up in a little while. It's in my blue mesh with the light blue zipper bag. This is on my 11x11 Q-snaps with the Garan Toten Bags Grime Guard. This is Snow Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. This is one that came in all the little bitty pieces like this, and you can put them all together in one piece, which is what I'm doing. This is on a piece of, I want to say 28 count. Here's the card. 32 count. I'm sorry, this is 32 count. Picture this plus gray fabric using the called for floss. I started this November 14th of 2020. I started in the middle with the Snow Village banner in the middle. I have all of the middle piece done except for the backstitch cording that goes through the banners holding them up, and the other backstitch that might be in it. Where I'm working on was this over here. I basically did the, I think the light green in the window and the sign was done already, but I did the dark green No, I don't think it was done. Maybe I added that. But I did the white in the door windows, and I did most of this sign, and I did the framing for the window. So I have a little bit more to stitch on this. This is also, I believe, a Whipgo square. So I will be working on this. This is on 32 count Picture This Plus fabric. That is Enchanted Reindeer. Snow Village. Again, this one will probably stay out for winter stitching. Put that back in here. Make sure these get back in here. And then next we have the 4 Elements by Satsuma Street. This is one that I showed in the video where Mom selected it. Here is the full Satsuma Street 4 Elements. This is going to be a new start. I have not yet started it, but this is going to be a new start because this is on the ABC Go. It's already been called. This is new to me, mainly because I am using Cosmo Floss. This is the first time I've ever used Cosmo Floss. I have seen Cosmo Floss. Back in 2016, when my husband and I were out in California, I stopped by a needlework shop in Brea that has since closed down, and they were one of the few shops that actually carried the full line of Cosmo Floss. Cosmo is a Japanese floss company, and a lot of quilters use Cosmo Floss for various quilting things. So that store in Brea that has since shut down, they had Cosmo Floss, so I picked up a couple of skeins of Cosmo Floss when I was there, not ever having seen it before. But the opportunity to kit this and to get the Cosmo Floss for this came up. So I ordered all the Cosmo Floss. So these are the Cosmo Flosses. And I am doing this on a piece of 40 count linen. I don't exactly remember who I got this from, but it's on this dark piece, very mottled piece of dark linen. So you can see, very mottled. But I think the colors will turn out just fine on this. I think it'll be just fine. So this is going to be a new start. This is going to be one of my weekend starts this weekend for ABC Go. And I don't remember what company I got this from, but this tells you how big of a piece I got and how much I paid for it. I am doing a lot of stitching over the recent years on 40 count because I'm finding I'm really enjoying stitching on 40 count because I can stitch using one thread, which means I don't have to use a laying tool to make my threads lay flat. So to make my threads lay side by side like this over your piece, I don't have to worry about that with one piece because all you're doing is over, and it makes stitching go much faster not having to do that. So anyway, I got my Cosmo Floss from the Fat Quarter Shop. So if you're looking for Cosmo Floss, you can order it from the Fat Quarter Shop. So this is going to be a new start, probably sometime this coming week for me. So be on the lookout for progress update and some stitching progress on this. The full stitch along is now out, so you can purchase this full pattern by Satsuma Street. So that is going to be my start using Cosmo Floss. I'm really excited for that. All right, and then the next piece I've got to work on is one of the other pieces that I've got to work on is one I've already showed you. That's Pattern Cats, Green Jones. I'm going to be working on that again, and then just continuing on with the stitching for. Continuing on with the stitching, I'm going to be getting the Quaker candy corn, Quirky Quaker candy corn started for my retreat small because I'm getting that. All right, so we have the retreats, you guys. Coming up in October, the first weekend in October. The first weekend in October, so let me put this back up at full screen. There you go. All right. There is a group on Facebook called the Western PA and Eastern Ohio Cross Stitchers. Western PA and Eastern Ohio Cross Stitchers Facebook group. If you join this Facebook group, you can get information on their stitching events. So, all right. Let me go back to the discussion here. So their fall stitching here, their fall stitching is October 6th through 8th at the Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites in Youngstown North, or Warren Niles. It's in the Youngstown area. This stitching is currently full. They have a wait list. You can get waitlisted if you want, but there's information in the group and in the event on how to get on the wait list and whatnot and who to contact. Mom and I got lucky and were pulled into this event. We paid for the event. The nice thing about this stitching retreat is the only thing that you are required to pay is just your share of the cost of the stitching room. So the stitching room is like $350 for the weekend, $350. And, you know, say they have 10 people. They're going to have 10 people. It's $35 a piece. They just split the cost of the room. And then anything else is on your own dime. So your food, your travel, your hotel, it's all on your dime. Mom and I will be staying at this hotel. We got part of the room block. So we got that all straightened away about a month and a half ago. But we are going. This is our first time going. And my friend or the lady at Cross My Heart here in Columbus that's going, her name is Betsy. I think this is her second or third year going, and she really likes this retreat. She says it's real small, it's real laid back. People just sit and stitch all weekend, which is the kind of stitching retreat that I really like. It's pretty laid back and everything. I did go to StitchCon last year for the first time, and even though I'm used to crowds and used to, you know, a lot of people, it was even still overwhelming for me. So if I go back to StitchCon, it's probably going to be not until 2024 no, it's not going to be 2024 because I didn't get on the wait list, and I'm not going to get on the wait list for 2024. It's probably going to be 2025 before I consider going back to StitchCon again. It's just a lot. So this fall stitching is going to be fun. So if you do go to the Western PA and Eastern Ohio Cross Stitchers Facebook group, you can find information about their stitchings. They do have, I will actually go to the events page. Past events, they have a spring stitch-in retreat, fall stitch-in weekend, so they have a spring stitch weekend and a fall stitch weekend every year. And they also do occasional weekends or occasional meetups in the Warren, Ohio area, but I'm kind of up in that area. They have different meetups that they do. So Mom and I will be going to the fall stitch-in in Youngstown, Warren area in October. It's October 6th through 8th. They're doing a smalls exchange. They're doing a few other things that'll be kind of fun. So I don't know that Mom is really prepared to do a small, so I don't think she's going to be doing anything for it, but I'll be doing that quirky Quaker candy corn pattern for that. So hopefully somebody there will like it. All right. And then for the next stitching retreat that Mom and I are going to, we are going to the Stitching in the Springs retreat, November 10th, 11th, and 12th, 2023 in Yellow Springs, Ohio. You can go to valkyriestitchworks.com/retreats or Google Stitching in the Springs Retreat by Valkyrie, VALKYRIES, Stitchworks, Valkyrie Stitchworks. If you Google that, you can find the link how to register for the event. It is November 10th, 11th, and 12th, 2023 in Yellow Springs, Ohio. You can get to Yellow Springs, Ohio very easily by either flying into Cincinnati or flying into Columbus. It's only an hour, maybe an hour and a half drive from Columbus. It's maybe 45 minutes to an hour drive from Cincinnati. Real easy to get to. It's in a small town. This white building here is actually the hotel that it's at. The neat thing about this hotel is pretty much the stitching retreat takes over the entire hotel. There's only 28 rooms in this hotel. And I do have to tell you that the hotel rooms for the stitching retreat weekend are already booked. So there's other places, like a couple of bed and breakfasts in the area. I think there's a bed and breakfast down the street. If you're looking at the right-hand side of the building, that's a street right there. There's a bed and breakfast not far. There's a couple of them actually not far from here that you can stay at, or you can stay up in Dayton, or you can stay somewhere, fairly nearby. I think from Dayton, it's like maybe a 15 or 20 minute drive down to the hotel. It's not really bad. The hotel has its own restaurant. You can see the, above the word Springs, that's the restaurant area, and the restaurant, they have a really nice restaurant on site that you can eat at, has really good food. And way in the back is a ballroom off the parking lot where the stitching room is. So the registration for the event is $139. That's just for the retreat. You get access to the stitching room all day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, continental breakfast Saturday and Sunday morning, a buffet dinner Friday and Saturday evening, and then drinks and soft drinks provided all day long. This is a picture of the lobby of the hotel. If you're looking here, the wood off on the left is the front desk. If you back up a little bit and look to the left, there's a hallway down there which leads to the ballroom, which is the stitching room. And then this is the main lobby. If you go past those red chairs on the left and turn left, that restaurant is right there. And then if you go to the right by those pillars that you see there, that is the where the elevator up to the other floors are, where the rooms are located, and also the gift shop. And there's a couple of rooms on the first floor as well. But anyway, this is the main lobby of the hotel, standing near the back door, that leads to the parking area for the hotel in the back. It's a really nice, really gorgeous hotel. This is kind of a view of how the tables are set up for the stitching room. You will see these bamboo chairs here. Those are the same chairs that you will be stitching on. You'll be sitting on all weekend, 8 to 10 hours a day, however long you stay in the stitching room. I recommend, if you're coming, bring a chair pad, because those chair pads on those suck. They're only about an inch thick, and they really suck for sitting on long periods of time. My husband got my mom and I chair pads for Christmas last year so we could take them in March, because this retreat has happened twice this year. It happened in March, and it's happening again in November. So I'm hoping that Valkyrie Stitchworks will be hosting this twice. That was just really weird. Anyway, we'll be hosting this twice going forward in March, in this early spring, and then in the fall. So you have that. This is the entrance out to the back. Who's calling me? Hold on just a minute, please. So anyway, sorry about that. It was my neighbor. She was just calling to inquire about something. We have some neighborhood drama going on. So anyway, it's just some pictures of, the Mills Park Hotel. It's a really cute hotel. And the nice thing is you can actually go down the street from the hotel. You can take a walk down the street, and you'll be in downtown Yellow Springs. And there's lots of neat little shops in there, including a nice little grocery store that you can shop in. You can visit the bookstore Cat and the hardware shop Kitten. He was a kitten when we were there in November of last year, but he's no longer a kitten. He's grown up. And but you can visit Shop Cats and just kind of hang out for the weekend. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, so you have the Arthur Morgan House Bed and Breakfast, half a block west of Mills Park. They have a link to check availability. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to stitch in the springs. So if you watch any other YouTube channels, Sammy J Stitches came last November. It was a lot of fun to see her. Alara the Stitcher was there. Jen, I believe her partner, Stitchy Friends, they were, at least Jen was there in January, or in March. And Kat from Valkyrie Stitch Works, Kat Jones. She actually is the event coordinator for Mills Park Hotel. She's the actual coordinator for Stitching in the Springs Retreat, and she is the contact person for the event. She works at the hotel, so she was there. Quite a few other people were there. Candy Kerr, the 614 Stitcher. She goes to the retreat also. Last year in November we also had Stitch and Button Val. She was there, and the mastermind behind Whitgo. Her name is Jessie Marie Does Stuff on YouTube. She was at the retreat last year too. We had quite a few people there. We have a video of all of us talking about the retreat. All of us have put that up on our YouTube channels. If you look at my YouTube channel from last November, you can probably see that video where we were all talking about the retreat. It was a lot of fun. We have a blast. There's usually about 50 or 60 people at the retreat, so it's rather small. I believe you can also, the $139 includes the day. It's basically the day stitching price. So if you just want to drive up for the day or drive up during the day for the stitching event, you pay $139 and you're in. Include your food while you're there and everything like that. It's just a lot of fun, and it's usually really nice. So yeah, if you do come, bring a chair pad because you're going to need it. Those chair pads suck really bad in the stitching room. But anyway, so that is the Stitching in the Springs Retreat. Mom and I are going to that November 10th, 11th, and 12th. We'll be down there probably around lunchtime on the 10th, and we'll be heading home on the afternoon of the 12th because it's only about an hour and a half drive for us from Columbus to Yellow Springs. So that is our stitching plans and retreats and everything else going on. That is all I have for you, you guys. That is everything. That is the wrap. This is going to be a little over 2 hours, give or take. I figured it would be because I had a whole month and a half to share with you guys. Again, my plan is to do these every other Thursday. Now, I don't know if it's going to be where I just do little snippets of things here and there, and put them all into one video for you. Kind of a vlog style. Or if I just do one long video on every other Thursday, and upload it a couple days later over the weekend or whatnot, edit it and upload it over the weekend. I don't know exactly what that schedule is going to be like, but my plan is to do these every other Thursday. So that way you're not getting a 2 and 3 hour video once a month, once every 2 months. Sorry about that. But hopefully we'll be keeping you more updated and more in the loop. Hopefully you like my new little slight video intro with music and whatnot and pictures, as opposed to just the normal intro screen, title screen and whatnot that I use. Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts. Let me know if you'll be going into either the fall stitching in Warren, Ohio, or Stitching in the Springs in Yellow Springs, Ohio. Let me know if you'll be there. Look forward to meeting you. We may actually go to a couple of the Dayton area Stitchers meetups. We're part of the Dayton area Stitchers meetups group. They meet in Panera and a couple other locations around Dayton. My mom and I have been talking about going to that every so often because it's only about a 45-minute drive from here. And we're also kind of hoping to get a couple more stitching groups kind of set up here in the Columbus type area, so that way we can all kind of get together and stitch. There is a Stitch and Bitch group that meets once a month. I'm trying to get on there I'm trying to get my schedule onto their schedule so Mom and I can attend those, and maybe we'll look at also trying to host a couple of our own little stitching meetups in Central Ohio. Because I know there's quite a few of us here. Other than that, we really don't have a whole lot. Unfortunately, it's almost 9 o'clock. This week down in Marietta, Ohio, this weekend is the Sternwheeler Festival down in Marietta, Ohio. those of you that have watched my channels in the past know that we used to go down to Marietta for the Sternwheeler Festival and stay at my in-laws' house right on the Ohio River. The fireworks barge is sitting on the river. I'm sure there's quite a few people on the hillside of the dock area waiting for the fireworks. I think the fireworks usually go off about 9:30. So yeah, I'm kind of missing that this year. I missed it the last couple of years because my in-laws passed away in 2018 and we sold their house at the end of 2019 into 2020. Their house recently went back up for sale in July and everybody in the family was buying lottery tickets like crazy, hoping to win the money to buy their house back because we'd really like to have their house back. But being eight adult kids, splitting the cost of keeping the house up would just not work. So the family decided to sell the house, which is really sad because it made a really nice meeting area for the entire family to meet up for holidays and the Sternwheeler Festival and everything like that. So we're missing the Sternwheeler Festival this year. The fireworks are about to start in about a half hour or so. If you're down in that area, I hope you're having fun. Please share your pictures. I'd like to live vicariously through others that are down there. And yeah, so we don't really have any other travel plans. We haven't been camping. My husband and I haven't been camping since 2017. We're really past due, but we're trying to figure out a day to go to Dayton to visit my stepdad at the Dayton National Cemetery. He is buried in a military plot there. So we're hoping to have Mom pick a date so we can all go visit Dad and take him some flowers or a cigar or something. And really have, other than the trip to Warren, Ohio and Yellow Springs in October and November, we don't really have any travel plans set. We're not going anywhere for Christmas as far as we know, and don't really have much else to do. So that's all I have for you today. I'm going to get all my stuff reorganized, repacked up, and re-put away upstairs, and hopefully get to some stitching tonight. One of the things I did do, there's a new video game that I ended up purchasing today. It was released yesterday. It's called Fae Farm, F-A-E, Farm, F-A-R-M, and it's kind of a Animal Crossing Stardew Valley kind of, you know, crafting farm sim type game, and I just got it today. So I downloaded it when I first started the video earlier today, and I may be playing that a little bit some this weekend. I've also been watching YouTube videos on Coral Island. I've had that purchased for a few months now. I just have never played it. So I may be getting some video game time in very soon on those two games that I have. I got Pikmin 4. So I haven't played that yet. I played the demo. I played through the demo on Pikmin 4 on my Switch. Haven't played the main game yet, so I still have to do that. So we have some video gaming coming up in my future. I'll be working more on some of those fuse bead needle minders. So if you're interested, or if you'd like, if you have some ideas on some things to include in my needle minder catalog, just let me know. Be looking for, I still need to do a few giveaways. I have some ideas for some giveaways, including some of the needle minders that I'm making. And stuff like that. I also have some ideas for other fuse bead things. Like I want to make some fuse bead floss drops, try those out, see how they work for myself, and then see if I can offer those up for sale at some point. So yeah, I'm looking at doing some other stuff with the fuse beads. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. And so anyway, next plan, the next day that I plan on recording and maybe uploading, so not the 14th, it'll be the 21st of September, and then it'll be again on the 5th of October. So the 21st of September, the 5th of October, the 19th of October, and then the November 2nd. So those are the dates. Currently I'm planning on filming at least, or if not filming those days, having the videos, editing the videos and uploading them. If I do decide to do them vlog style, or whenever I do little snippets, just put all those little snippets together for you. Anyway, so look for my next video on or around September 21st, and we will see you soon. All right, take care, everybody. My little sticky note fell down. I forgot what my thing is. It's been a little while. I forgot what my thing is. I used to say keep on keeping on because that's all we can do, but oh, keep your head up and keep moving forward, I think is what it is. Keep your head up and keep moving forward. And then, you know, we'll see you in 2 weeks, all right? Take care, everybody. Bye.